What's happening? Marcus Miller here. I'm at the Mark Bass headquarters in Pescara, Italy, with Marco. He's the man from Mark Bass, and I'm here designing a new Marcus Miller amp with Mark Bass. So I'm really excited, man. We're here, like, going over different equipment and stuff like that. But Marco, this dude is so interesting, and his story is so interesting, man, that I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about your story. Did you start off making bass amps? Like, were you electronics man when you were a teenager?
Because I like electronics. I
Yeah.
like to play sax. So I play music.
Wait,
I
so,
like
but you don't
music.
play, you don't play bass, you don't play guitar.
Yeah. But this time I understood that there was some possibility or some new idea on the bass.
Yeah.
And I remember because my first idea become because I was reading one magazine where you said that you like it, you have the problem to have the right sound, and then you put the bass on the mixer, and you say, wow, this is the sound I need.
Oh yeah.
My idea started from this.
So I was saying that because I was a studio musician, right? I'm not using amplifiers, especially New York studio musicians, because New York studio musicians, the engineer, everything's moving fast. So the engineer says, just give me your bass direct, you know? So then when I started using amplifiers, it was difficult because the amps, they all change your sound a little bit, you know? So I was saying, I was looking for an amp that just gave me the sound of my bass. And you read the article.
And my first slogan was the real sound of your bass.
Yes. Right,
because
that was
by the sound.
That was your idea, the real sound of your bass.
But now, as you say, with your amplifier, you will have some special things. So you can this kind of sound, as you said yesterday. You can also some very nice sound ready for several people, different people.
Yeah, it's not going to be. We don't want to make an amp where if you just want to sound like me. You know what I mean? This is going to be something where you're going to be free to do and be whoever you want, you know. And a lot of amps, you know, I was telling you yesterday, a lot of amps, they force you to be a certain bass player, which is cool, you know. Like if you have a bass amp that gives you big warm sound, that's cool. But what happens if one day, just for one day, you know, you're in a situation where you need some high end, you need some treble, you need to cut through, maybe because it's a certain hall or it's a certain crowd, certain audience, you know, you don't want to be limited by your amp. So I think that's very exciting.
So I like your philosophy because we agree that we need to make a very simple hit, very simple to use, but you can do what you want.
What you want.
But bass player need you can do with this amplifier.
So tell me, when did you make the first Mark Bass amp? You didn't start off with Mark Bass. It was not the first one, right?
My first name was Parsec.
Parsec,
because I make my first amplifiers in Italy. Then I have a small part of my story with Music Man.
You were connected with Music Man for a little while.
For 2 years. And then I started in 2001 with Mark Bass.
But man, we had dinner last night and he was telling me the real story. He said, man, I went through some difficult times. You know what I mean? And I think this is the thing that people need to know, that it wasn't always Mark Bass Guitar Center, you know, big business. Man, you went through some years where paying the rent was difficult.
Very difficult.
But you had an idea, you had a vision, right? And you stuck with it, man, and congratulations. What was your first, success? What was the first great thing that happened with Mark Bass?
I think that when I finished the story with Music Man, I was so frustrated because there was not a simple moment for me. So I decided to use all my technology, all my know-how. So from speakers with neodymium, at this time no people was using neodymium.
So what is that called? Neodymium.
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 Like aluminum?
Yes, it's a kind of
Okay, we're just gonna say Neo.
Neo, and now all people call this, all brand call this Neo, because the world is full of Neo.
Now what is it? What is Neo?
Neo is the part of the speakers that normally is a ceramic.
It's normally a ceramic.
It's very high, it's not light.
Right.
And I was the first to use this on the bass. For this, my cabinet was really light.
Oh, I see. So the ceramic was what made the bass cabinets so heavy.
Yes.
I see. And how did you come up with the idea to use this?
Because
material?
there was a new technology with a brand at this time that was BSC speaker. Was my friend. Yeah. He asked him to use this neodymium for this, and he was so happy. But we was the only company to do this. All people say no, it's not good neodymium, and now today all people use neodymium.
Really?
And
so this is when, because I didn't know any of this was going on.
Yeah.
All I knew is that at a certain point, maybe in the 90s, all of a sudden, the amplifiers, the speakers got light.
Yes.
I thought I was just getting strong.
But same for reed. I was the first to make the reed very small. And but also today, many people advertise that the size of the heat.
Yes.
But we develop all. You have seen that all is developed in the company.
So that the head of the amplifier used to be like the same width as the amplifier.
Yeah.
So you were the first to make the small heads.
And then when there is some company that use the power section that is very small, but it bought from other companies that make only amplifier, only power section.
Right.
We develop all in this company.
You make your own
so,
power section.
Yeah, and we make different. As you saying, we can do all you want.
Yeah.
For example, we are following your idea because you know what you want and we can do it.
Right.
That's it.
Well, that's special, man. When it's one thing to have ideas. Lots of people have ideas, but being able to implement to achieve the ideas is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, also, man, it's just it's really interesting, man. We're here, like I said, we're here working on the Marcus Miller amplifier, and this guy is just very impressive, man. Just that you had your vision, man, and you sacrificed to make it happen, and now you're here doing great things, and now you just decide what you want to do. Have you noticed, by the way, this dude has a thing with yellow and black. He's got a little weird thing, man. Like, look around here, man. Look at that, man. And it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. I mean, this dude has a motorcycle downstairs that's yellow and black that I was on. I rode it, and you know, his cars. You know, he's got little yellow and black things. He's very serious about marketing. And how did you get your feeling, your ideas about marketing?
I don't like to be orthodox. I don't with words. I don't like I follow what other people do. I like to think in different ways. So my marketing is very special. And also I like to say to the customer what is really I am doing. That for me is very important. I know that you agree with me. Because the customer need to know all about the brand. But I have a funny story about yellow. Because the first time I called my supplier, I asked for yellow speaker. He said to me, Marco, please don't joke with this morning. And now all the world is yellow. So
well, I'll tell you, no matter where you are in the audience, if you go to a concert, you know there's Mark bass stuff on the stage because that yellow just goes, you know? So it's pretty cool. Anyway, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And hopefully we're going to come up with some really good stuff.
I'm so excited. For the first moment I make the bass amps, I was thinking to you. And now for me, this is already a dream to have you here to work with you.
All right.
Thank you, man.
We're going to do some stuff, man.
Thank you.
Marcus and Marco.